If you have a pile of clothes that you don't wear but you are unsure what to do with them, this video is for you. In the first part, I will explain how to decide what to keep and what to discard, and in the second part, I will give you ideas on what you can do with the clothes that you don't want to wear anymore. When organizing and decluttering our wardrobes, it's often difficult to make the decision to part with clothes we don't wear, because they were expensive, because maybe we will need them one day, because they are quite nice after all, I don't know how to style them but maybe I will figure it out, and because some of them have sentimental value. First of all, why are you getting rid of your clothes? I would like to steer you away from what I call
impulsive decluttering.
this happens when people want to change something in their lives. Perhaps after a bad breakup, or very commonly when someone decides to curate a capsule wardrobe. It's always better to discard fewer clothes, as you can always get rid of more in your next decluttering session. It's a bit harder to retrieve the clothes that are no longer in your possession. When organizing your wardrobe, divide your clothes into the following categories. Clothes that are perfect and that you love, these are the ones you will keep. Clothes that you know you are not going to wear anymore. And worn out clothes, these are for disposal. The next three categories are the clothes that you will have to make decisions about. Damaged clothes that can be repaired, clothes for alterations, for example trousers that need taking in or turning up. These alterations will cost you either time or money. The question is, do you like your clothes enough to take on that cost? Are you sure that the result will satisfy you? If so, it's worth upcycling those clothes to enjoy them for longer. If not, perhaps it's better to say goodbye to them. Clothes that you have doubts about. You are unsure how to style them or whether you should keep them at all. Take them one by one and try to create outfits with them. Try the outfit on and decide if you like it and you will actually wear it. If the answer is yes, keep that item. If not, move it into the pile of clothes you are not going to wear. Sometimes we don't wear certain clothes just because we have nothing to style them with. In that case, try to think of what items you would need to buy to create an outfit with that particular piece. Draft a shopping list. Later, you can decide if that piece of clothing is worth buying those additional items for, or if it's better to part with it. What if you really can't decide whether you should keep something? I've heard people suggest the following tip. If you don't know whether you should keep a piece of clothing, ask yourself whether you have worn it in the last year, and if you haven't, get rid of it.
Terrible advice.
Sometimes we don't wear our beach dresses for 2 years because the summer was cold, or we didn't wear a thick winter coat because the winter was mild. If you don't need certain clothes often, but when you do, you wear them and enjoy it, then don't worry about whether it's been 6 months or 2 years, just keep them. Clothes that you don't wear but you still can't part with them, keep them separately. Give yourself a deadline, for example 6 months. During those 6 months, if you feel like wearing something from the box, take it out. If you have worn it, it can go back to your wardrobe, and the rest stays in the box. After the deadline, let go of the remaining items. What about the clothes that no longer fit you? These are the clothes that don't fit you anymore because your body has changed, you have either gained or lost weight, or something else happened. I can speak from my own experience because my weight changes in cycles. I've gained and lost about 2 sizes 3 times in my life already, and I tend to put on weight in winter and lose it back in summer. That's around 1 size, half a size difference. We live in a culture that glorifies thinness. It's usually the case that women who lose weight are very happy about it and are eager to get rid of all their larger clothes. On the other side, women who have gained weight often plan to return to their previous size and keep their smaller clothes for that moment. First of all, ask yourself if this change in body size is a one-off event, or like in my case, it happens in cycles. Also, ask yourself if you are really actively doing something now to go back to your previous body shape, because if not, maybe there is no reason to keep anything. I have kept some clothes that are currently too small for me. Not all of them, just the ones I really like and I would love to wear again. And also some basic, simple black and white t-shirts, basic trousers, the things that I know that I will need. I've also learned my lesson, and this time I'm going to keep my bigger clothes if I lose weight again. Another question I sometimes get is how to make the decision to discard unflattering clothes if you love them. This often happens after a color analysis or body shape analysis with a stylist. The person who has learned what flatters them in terms of colors and body shape begins to notice that some of their clothes don't look good on them. On one hand, they want to apply their new knowledge and wear only the clothes that flatter them and make them look amazing. But on another, they have this favorite clothes, favorite top that also has a sentimental value, and they are not ready to say goodbye to it. I would say, if you can't make the decision, keep those clothes. Sometimes a piece of clothing may not flatter you by itself, but there are ways to sneak it into an outfit and then it looks fantastic. It could also happen that over time you will naturally drift away from wearing clothes that don't flatter you. This happened to me after my color analysis. Every time when I was opening my wardrobe, I was choosing clothes that suit me most. And then after a few months of not wearing clothes in the colors that didn't flatter me, the decision to get rid of them was much easier. Your first big wardrobe audit might be a bit of a shock. It's very likely that you will find yourself with a big pile of clothes that you don't need and it will make you feel guilty. There is nothing to worry about. You have so many of those clothes because until now you didn't review your wardrobe regularly, so they piled up. Keeping them won't change anything. The best thing you can do now is make sure that your wardrobe audit isn't just the time spent on cleaning. You can learn something from it. Reflect on your shopping habits, work on them, learn what you feel great wearing, what you choose to wear the most often, what you buy the most, what is missing from your wardrobe. And the next time when you are organizing and cleaning your wardrobe, there will be far fewer clothes to discard, maybe even none at all. What are some most common reasons that lead to a cluttered wardrobe? Perhaps you feel bad about parting with something you spend money on, or because it might still come in handy, even if that item is worn out. Maybe you shop without having a plan, buying clothes that don't match anything else in your wardrobe or things you don't really need. Maybe you keep your nice clothes for a better occasion that never comes. Here I would like to tell you, you are worth enjoying your best clothes every single day. Maybe you buy clothes on sale because you might need them one day and they are so cheap, but then you never need them. Maybe you are unsure what colors and shapes of clothing suit you, so you buy clothes only to realize that they don't flatter you. Perhaps you shop too often, using shopping to regulate your emotions or seeing shopping as a social activity. For example, instead of going for coffee with your friend, you would go shopping with them. Or maybe you struggle with organization. You order clothes and if they don't fit, you forget to return them and they stay in your wardrobe. What not to do with the clothes that you don't wear anymore. Don't keep them in your wardrobe. They will overwhelm you and clutter your space. You won't know how many clothes you actually have that you can wear, and it will be difficult to create outfits. Not to mention, you have paid, or paying in rent, a lot of money for every square meter of your home. Do you really want that valuable living space to be taken up by things that you don't use, you don't enjoy, and they only chase you and make you feel guilty? No way. Your wardrobe should only contain the pieces that you can wear today, that are comfortable and make you feel beautiful. For the same reason, in summer, pack away your winter clothes and the other way around. The clothes that require alterations and repairs, it would be best to repair them straight away. It's really important to ensure that the items we no longer need will find a new home. Some people aspire to become minimalists and begin their journey by purging their wardrobes. They even discard clothes they wear and like just to fit into some magical number of clothes that supposedly should be in a capsule wardrobe, which is 40, 60, 54, whatever. They think, if I need it, I will buy it again, and for now I will donate my clothes. Someone else needs them more than I do. I'm actually doing a good deed here. Sadly, donating our clothes to charity is not the best solution. In the UK, we send 700,000 tons of clothing per year to recycling centres, textile banks, clothes collections and charities. This is far more than anyone could buy. The clothes that don't sell are shipped overseas and end up in the landfill. Specifically 350,000 tons of clothes per year, only in the UK. I'm not telling you to keep everything forever and force yourself to wear the clothes that you don't like wearing. I'm simply suggesting that we should think twice before we buy and discard something. All of us, me, you, everyone. No heroic acts are needed. If millions of people made just small changes to their habits, we would be in a much better place. Regular wardrobe audits will help you reflect on your habits and make better shopping decisions. Now that you have decluttered your wardrobe, you might have a lot of stuff to get rid of, and that's fine, but every single time it will be better and better. How you can best ensure that your old clothes will find a new home and someone will wear them and enjoy them. Give them directly to someone who will wear them. You can attend a swap party where people exchange their clothes, or you can organize your own swap party with your friends and family. You can also sell your clothes on Vinted or eBay. The clothes that you posted on Vinted and are waiting for someone to buy them, keep them in a separate box in one place to save yourself from desperately looking for them when someone bought them, only to tell them that you can't find them and you have to cancel the order. If you don't have time, there are people who offer the service of selling other people's clothing online. You have to pay for the service and a margin from the sales, so it makes sense only with more expensive clothes and accessories. And they usually have a threshold, like only accepting items worth over £100 or £50, depending on the person offering that. When selling your clothes by yourself, you should also consider your hourly rate. It is a lot of work because you need to take photos, upload the item, respond to the questions. If no one has bought it for months, you have to re-upload it. Then you have to pack it and ship it. It might not be worth your time and effort for a £5 t-shirt. You can also donate your clothes, and there are two ways to do so. You can donate them directly to people in need, an individual person or a shelter. Shelters are always in need of underwear because for obvious reasons people don't usually donate their underwear. So when you are putting together a package for a shelter, you can buy and add a pack of socks or knickers, or you can simply contact the shelter directly and ask what they need the most, and then you can include it in your package. People in shelters probably don't need last season's party dress in a size 6. This would be a great find for a fashionista thrifting in a charity shop. So this type of clothing is perfect for donating to charity because they will be able to sell it and use the money to support a specific cause. Hi guys, I'm saying hello again because when I was recording this video I completely forgot to tell you about one more thing that you can do with your old clothes, and I really wanted to share it with you. It's especially worth considering in the case of your favorite clothes that on top of that have a sentimental value to you and you don't want to part with them, but they are completely destroyed, turned out, they didn't age well, they don't fit you anymore. Maybe they are in a good shape but they look outdated. Even in these cases you can still keep them but in a slightly different form. You can alter your clothes by yourself or you can take them to someone. There are even tailors who specialize in upcycling clothes. They can make smaller or bigger tweaks to them, or they can use some parts of your old clothes to create a completely new garment. There are even people who offer making paintings on dresses or denim jackets. But also, if you have some old bedding and towels that you don't know what to do with, there are people who organize collections of these items and then make beds for dogs in shelters out of old towels, duvets, pillows and things like that. You will probably be able to find those people in your local area on social media or on local forums or Facebook groups. If a piece of clothing is worn out and is no longer wearable, don't throw it in the bin, recycle it. Recycling clothes is a tricky topic and not everything can be recycled. A part of the clothes that could be recycled also aren't recycled, but let the relevant service decide that. The best you can do is put it in the right container. Every council has a textile recycling centre, or at least a container. There is a website where you can find your nearest recycling centre in the UK. I've added the link to that website in the description below this video. If you have other questions related to the subject of wardrobe organization or what to do with your clothes, leave a comment below. I will be happy to help. Thank you for watching this video.